despite the ego of Herbert West, the confidence in his own abilities, the God complex, he's actually very bad at reanimating dead humans.
But he's got a great serum. I mean, the serum looks great. It's exactly what they based the substance serum on in terms of look.
Yes, of course, yeah.
This luminous green liquid inside a syringe, which is very sort of iconic iconography in this film. It's something which has endured since.
But it's quite economically used, isn't it? There's precious few close-ups from what I can remember of the syringes. It's just the brightness of it and the overall colour palette of the film. It just really pops whenever you do get sight of one. Jeffrey Combs wields them brilliantly in various different ways. Right at the end, he's using them as like stabbing knife weapons when he goes, he's dual wielding them like he's Master Chief at the end of the movie. There's, he's got a very expressive use of it, and it just has that beautiful green pop on screen whenever it's there, including that final ending shot, of course, with where the what do you call it? The screen goes to black in a circle, just closing in on the green of the syringe that Dan is holding.
It's another one of those great sort of visual elements that you get in these mad science films, where you've got something really eye-catching on screen. And it made me think about when we watched the original Nutty Professor.
Yes,
and that transformation scene. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, tonally, it's incredibly similar to The Evil Dead, and maybe more specifically Evil Dead 2, although that's getting more towards like out-and-out comedy. It is laugh out loud funny at points, but not many points. But when it's not being funny, like straight up funny, there's just a tremendous sense of fun throughout the film, even when it's not being actually trying to make jokes and stuff. It's that combination of special effects, having an awful lot of fun with the special effects, really good, gooey, bloody special effects that they're having a lot of fun playing around with, combined with, pitch perfect performances all around. It's not just Jeffrey Combs steals every scene out from under everybody else in the film, but everybody else also completely understands the assignment, don't they?
Yeah.
They're completely on board with it. Bruce Abbott as Dan Kane isn't as fun as Jeffrey Combs, but he's the straight man. He has to be that. He has to be there to react to him and be the normal guy so that Jeffrey Combs can shine in those scenes. So it's that combination of elements that just makes it incredibly fun to watch, even when it's not being a funny movie. You want him to continue being a villain and a more successful villain, because it's fun. It's fun to watch. This is a horror movie. You want to see some horror. So yes, I want Herbert to continue reanimating corpses. And the Chekhov's gun of this movie is that he keeps on trying to do it, and then it doesn't work, and he says, it wasn't a fresh enough corpse. So what has to happen at some point in the film is Herbert has to kill someone, because that is the freshest corpse that he's going to get his hands on. And you can't root for that. That's not that's not heroic, but it's compellingly told so that it makes you want to see it, because you want the satisfying conclusion of that horror.
And there is that kind of obsession with what would happen if you bring someone back from the dead, and being like a failed experiment in this at the beginning when he first starts doing it and trying to figure out how his reanimating agent would work in this kind of scenario. It's interesting because people are fascinated with life after death and cheating death and immortality and all that kind of stuff. And the West is very much driven by that aspect of it. And again, we've seen this time and time again in these mad science films where people are trying to come back from the brink. Do you think this is the ultimate test of science? That if you could do this, then it's like the big thing they're trying to conquer.
Conquering death, it's such a recurring element of this whole mad science series that's the thing that keeps coming up in so many of the movies. We've done lots of different. We covered Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. You know, there's all sorts of things you can do with mad science, but the really compelling idea that draws writers and filmmakers back time and time again is breaking that barrier. But also with it comes that really compelling narrative of transgression, which is that we want so desperately to do it, but we also, everybody inherently knows that it's wrong to do it. So that tension is what keeps coming back up in these mad science films.